Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm just home from work. I just ate some food, and so I'm gonna go write now. So this is my vlog for the next, I'm gonna do about 5 days. So I'm gonna try to keep these short, but we'll see what happens. So really quick, as I said, I'm gonna go write, so I'll give that update in a minute. And then I'm going to talk about some of my reading. If you saw my last vlog, you know that I was struggling. I'm still kind of struggling, but I'm trying something today, and then maybe I can go back to the other books that I was reading. So I did finish Fate's Edge by Alona Andrews. This is the first thing I finished today to get this done. So I got it done. I think it was on my lunch break. Yeah, I think I finished it right at my end of my lunch break. And so I've been reading this all week with Tea and all the books, and we have read the other 2 books in this series. There's one more book left. So this is book 3, and this is not my favorite book of theirs, or especially not of this series. This is a romantic urban fantasy is kind of what it's described as. It's talking about a world where there is the broken, which is our world, where there's no magic. And then there is the weird, which is full of magic. And then there's the edge, where a lot of people live that's kind of in this kind of gray zone, like that has some people who can use magic, some people who can't, and they're kind of the ones who kind of cross over between the broken and the edge and the weird, and they're all not very well off because they're stuck in the edge anyway. Or I mean, they're not stuck there, but I meant that's where they live, but they usually work in the broken or the weird, kind of weird things. Anyway, so we're following 2 people who are, one is Audrey, who is looking to or did something with her family of con men, and she did a heist with them, and then she went back to her life kind of thing. And there's Kaldar, who is kind of an agent of the weird, and he is sent to find the objects that were stolen. And so in his quest to find out where they went, he has to track her down. And then of course, somebody else is coming after them who also wants the items, which are the bad guys. Anyway, so this is definitely a heist book. Like, it's a heist and a heist and a heist book. Like, there's just multiple heists in here. This is definitely about con men and swindlers and people who are out to, get things and stuff. And it definitely was a different take. I just don't like it because, they're lying about everything. But I did like them as as characters and their romance kind of thing. I thought that was kind of fun. I loved all the side characters that we've seen in the other 2 books. That was great. I think that was a great addition to this. So I really enjoyed that of it. I don't think that this will never be one of my favorites due to the fact it has to do with con men and stuff like that. Like, it just didn't work for me that way. So anyway, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping that we will read the 4th book, Steel's Edge, in December, so we can finish out the series before the end of the year. But, whatever happens, I have to check with Tia. We haven't decided yet, but I think that was our goal, but we'll see what happens. Oops, my cats are running around. So, I don't know if he saw something. He just jumped out of his box and ran for the slider. I don't know. Anyway, so really quickly, I did not continue reading any of the other books I'm in the middle of. I mean, my currently reading right now is like at 15, which is really annoying. Anyway, so, but I mean, I got this one off. So I got one done. So I didn't want to read the books I brought with me, which were Iron Flame and The Way of Kings. Because I don't know. I don't think it's the right time for those, even though I really want to. I just can't. So, sorry. So I went through my phone on my Kindle app to see if there's anything I could just read, or reread in order to just get through the last couple, my last break and stuff. And I was like, well, what do I want to read? And I really almost picked up a Nillingi Singh. It was really close. I came very close to that because she is my go-to on rereading when I'm kind of feeling slumpy. And I might pick her up if this continues how I feel. Except that I picked up another series that I want to reread due to a book coming out really soon. And I picked up Guild by Raven Kennedy. So this is the first book in the Plated Prisoner series. So I read this a couple years ago, and then I think I reread part of the series last year when the was it last year when the fourth book came out? Anyway, and but I didn't reread Guild. And so I knew this time around I wanted to start from the very beginning and read all of them before Gold comes out, because Gold was supposed to be the last book in the series, but it is not anymore. There's going to be one more. So, but book 5 comes out on December 7th. So I was thinking either I would start reading the series. Again, this is when I was doing all my planning and plotting, which is what I talked about in my last video, how I'm having issues because my brain is trying to plan and I'm a mood reader and it's not working. So I decided to pick up Guild today because I have it the ebook as well, because I think I read it the first time on ebook. So I had it already. So I just restarted it. I didn't get very far. My bookmark's just thrown in there. Sorry. I just threw that in here when I got home. I think I read the first 2 chapters. So I read like 24 pages. That's all I could get to. And then, so that was all the time I had. Anyway, so I'm going to maybe read this. So far so good, because I have not reread this since I read it the first time. So I'm excited to get back into this world where it's a King Midas retelling, and we're following Oren, who is kept as kind of this gold-plated prisoner of his, and he starts getting kind of power hungry, I think is how I want to put it. And his decisions are changing her world as well as everybody else's. So I just really like this one because, the series, because of the progression from this book to book 4 is just, the differences in the growth that Oren has is so great. The first one is a little harder to, I think it's going to be a little harder to read because I remember how sheltered she was here. So, but I think it does build, and each book gets better and better. So anyway, so I'm going to hopefully reread this. I don't know how far I'll get tonight if I read after I write, because I feel like every time I write now, I don't want to read anything after I write, but we will try. That's my goal, to at least read a little bit tonight and get a little farther than the couple chapters I read. And then, we'll see how tomorrow goes. Tomorrow I am getting my hair done, so it'll be redder than this, hopefully. And then I don't have anything else tomorrow. I will have to write. That's about the only thing. I don't think I have any other plans. So hopefully it'll be a quiet day around the house with the kittens, and maybe I'll get some reading done. I don't know what I feel like I want to read this all the way through. I don't think I'm going to continue to book 2 yet. I think I want to kind of space it out, and then, or I'll read the other ones all back to back when the new book comes out. But I definitely want to read this, but I might want to go back to Iron Flame or The Way of Kings, or even all the other books I'm in the middle of. So we'll see. I don't know what I want to do. So anyway, I'm going to go write, because I have to write, and I'm going to write at least 1,000 words. I just don't feel like writing tonight. It's Friday. It's just, I just don't want to, but I'm going to, even though technically I am a day ahead, so I don't have to, but I'd like to get at least 1,000 words. So we're going to go do that now. And that's the first update for this week. So, or this next vlog. This is the 17th. Did I say that earlier? I don't even know. It's Friday the 17th. And I'm going to do this through the weekend and probably Monday and Tuesday. So this might be a little longer than some of the vlogs, but I do want to be able to cut it off on Tuesday, because I'll be going to my parents' house on Wednesday to help get ready for Thanksgiving, and then I'll be off for that weekend, so we can see how that goes. So who knows? I just need to get going. I'm going to go write, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I did write more than I planned to. I actually wrote, a little bit longer than I planned to. I wrote 1,766 words, so that was really good. I was in a scene and I wanted to get it done. I think I did pretty well on that. So I am actually over 30,000 with 3,128. So I'm at 60% pretty much. I'm still a day ahead, a little bit above that, but not much. So I'm doing pretty good. So I think I'm done for tonight. So I am going to go lay on the couch, maybe read some Guild, watch some BookTube, lay with the cats. The cats are been very patient. They're done. So anyway, that's it for today. So tomorrow, as I said, or have I said? I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, that'll be the first thing I do. And then we will see how the day goes. I don't have any other plans beside that tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll check in with you tomorrow.
You've been a good boy today. Yeah? Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
He was out here when I was writing, so he was a good boy. In the dark, he was laying here. Good boy.
Yeah. Yeah?
Truman is here, and he wants to cuddle, and I want to do my video, but he's so cute, and he's purring. And, see, he's such a good boy. Yes, I know. I'll go sit down on the couch in a little bit, okay? Yes, I know. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, too. Yes, I know. Yeah. And now it's Cooper's turn. Now that I was starting the video, who was rubbing on my books to make me mad, because they're the nice, you know, Sanderson books. But no, he wants to cuddle right now. Can I film my video and be done? Then we'll go lay down, I promise. I promise. I promise. Yes? No. Yes. I know. I love you, but not right now, okay? Did you go? Let's go. Okay. Okay. Hopefully. Last time. Okay, guys. So I played around with all my spreadsheets and uploaded my video that I filmed for tomorrow. Just didn't want to. I had to have a book that I'm going to return to Amazon because it came dirty and a little bent. So I had to do that. So I have to go do that probably this week, sometime after work, go and stop by one of their, you know, return locations. Anyway, so I did a lot of stuff and I was kind of playing around and not really doing much. And then I'm like, okay, I should write. It was almost 4 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I really should write because usually I start at 4. So I just wrote for about 35 minutes. I didn't write a lot. I read 1,061 words. I just don't have it in me today to write. I don't feel like it. Today's been kind of a laid back day. I mean, I got my hair done and then I filmed my video and then that was kind of it so far. So now I've written, I'm at 31,189 words. So I'm still about 3/4 of a day ahead. So tomorrow, hopefully I will get back to the day ahead to cover for Thanksgiving because I think that's the day I won't write much of anything. I think all the other days I should be able to get at least most of my words. We'll see how it goes this next week. It's, you know, I have still a week and a half, 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, but not quite, like a little less. So I still got quite a few days because this is only the 18th. So what do I have, 12 days? So I still have, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff that can happen. And again, I still have, you know, a little over 18,000 to write. So, but I think I'm good for today. I think that's kind of how we're going to go with today. I don't have it in me to write much more. So I'm going to close this all down and go and lay on the couch because my cats have been very patient and let me have this time at my computer. They only whined a little bit. But now it's getting dark outside, so it's time for me to be on the couch. And maybe I'll get some reading done. I don't know. I might read Guild for a little bit. I'm not sure. Or more of the Virginia Woolf. We'll see. I should read a little bit more of that, but we'll see how I feel. As I said, I have no idea what I'm going to make for dinner. Like we'll come up with something in another 2 hours. I'll figure something out. But I think that's going to be it for today. So I will probably come back to you tomorrow with whatever's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is just grocery shopping is the only thing I have to do because it's the time of year where if you buy so many groceries at certain grocery stores, you get a free turkey. My brother did it last weekend and he got one. So he already cut it all up. And so I have a slab of turkey to go pick up from his house or from his side of the duplex that I will freeze and then later I will defrost and then make something and I don't know, in a crock pot or something. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do. I haven't come up with a plan. But if I go get one, then he'll do the same thing. He'll cut it up and then we'll, because he's good at it. I'm not going to do it. And then he'll take whatever parts he wants and then I will get the part I want, one of the breasts, you know. So anyway, so that's the only thing I have to do tomorrow and write. So I just have to do 2 things and then hopefully I can do my laundry and dishes and do whatever chores I need to do and then just really relax, because I know I only have to work 2 days next week, but the last couple weeks have just been kind of, it's like, especially the last couple days have been, my mind has been spinning and I'm trying to calm it down so it will stop the spinning of all the things I want to do that I really shouldn't worry about, but I'm thinking about. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I think that's it. So I am gonna go do that. I think the cats were just running around. Did you see them? I don't know. I heard them. I wasn't looking. Anyway, I need to go. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Yeah? Yeah? Is it time for me to go on the couch with you? Yeah? Yeah, is it time? Yep, it's time. Here we go. I'm coming. Wow, he's actually watching me get up and come with him. So trusting. Not. Oh, yeah. Fine. You being cute? Yeah? 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 Okay, guys. So I started probably closer to 4:30, a little bit later than I wanted to. So it's 6 o'clock now, and I have written 1,698 words. So I did okay. I would have liked to have written a lot more, but I am done. 6 o'clock hit, and I was like, okay, we're done. So I am at 32,887. So again, I'm just a little bit. I'm still about 2/3 of a day ahead, so not too much. But hopefully that'll get me through. I do have to, as I said, I have to work Monday and Tuesday, and then I have Wednesday off where I go down to help my mom and dad, and then Thursday's Thanksgiving, and then Friday I'll come back home in the afternoon. So I'm hoping that I can keep Monday and Tuesday I will write after work like normal, like I have been. And then Wednesday, I'm going to write before I leave for my parents' house that morning. I'm hoping I'm going to get enough words to, we'll see if I get enough for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I'm going to take either my iPad or my laptop. I haven't decided if I'm going to actually take my laptop. And I just have to write at least like 500 words on Thanksgiving morning. And then I can be done. I'm not going to worry about if I get behind by Wednesday, because of Wednesday and Thursday, because Friday I'll be home. So if I don't catch up on Friday, I'll catch up on Saturday or Sunday. So I'm gonna still do it. So I'm like, okay, we're okay. I would have liked to have gotten ahead, but I have so many things in my head are just still spinning. So yesterday I didn't read anything in the evening. I just played iPad games and watched YouTube and stuff. I didn't want to do anything. I barely ate dinner. Let's put it that way. I didn't really eat dinner. I just kind of snacked on a little meat that I had from some lunch meat. And I didn't even make a sandwich. I just ate some of the meat. So I was kind of bad. That was bad yesterday, but whatever. We made it through. I was fine. Anyway, and then this morning I went and did grocery shopping. I got my free turkey. So my brother, and I got a 21-pounder. I spent way more than I had to. I only had to spend $125, but I spent closer to $200 just because I bought a lot of non-perishables. I didn't buy a whole lot of stuff that I need for this week because I won't be here for very long. So I mostly bought like canned stuff and pastas and things like that. And then I bought a lot of stuff, toiletries and stuff like that. And then cat food and kitty litter. So I went way over, but I don't have to buy like major groceries probably for at least 2 or 3 weeks because of what I bought. I will be eating a lot out of my pantry for the next couple weeks. I think I'll just have to go and get perishable stuff, probably on the weekend. Anyway, so we did all that. And then I so then I got back, I was tired from that whole trip of lugging all that stuff in. And then I decided to do, you'll see the video in a couple of days. I'm going to probably release it around Thanksgiving. I haven't decided if it's going to be on Thanksgiving or the day after. I'm not sure which, will be one of the two, but I did a try a chapter tag on all the books that I was, that I haven't read for my 23 and 2023. So, look for that. That's going to be, it's another long video. I have all long videos, you know, so I read all the, like the first 10 to 15 pages on all the books to decide if I wanted to keep them or if I'm going to get rid of them. And there's a few of them that I'm not sure of. So hopefully you guys will see that and let me know which ones you think I should keep or just let them go, because I have a lot of books. I really, you know, I just, it doesn't help that I bought a couple books online today either. Just, I'm not reading, but hey. Oh, but I did read a lot today. So let me, hold on. Look, my numbers, I just want to say this. So I actually read 182 pages today, reading from all the books that I did for the try a chapter thing. So I did actually read today. Yesterday I only read 13 pages when I was getting my hair done. But or right before I got my hair done too, because I went to the coffee shop beforehand. And then so I didn't do very, you know, yesterday was just not a reading day. Today, I didn't want to read any of the books that I'm in the middle of. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. Tonight, I don't feel like I'm going to pick up anything. I mean, I have read 182 pages, but they don't count towards anything because I'm not starting any of the, like, I'm not reading any of those books. So spoiler for that. They're all going back on my shelf. The ones that I decided to keep and the ones, you know, anyway. So my reading, I think I am kind of in a reading slump or in a, I just need a break because I've just been reading so much. And really, you know, over this month, I'm usually reading between like 250 and like 450 pages a day. And it just depended on what day it was. So between audiobooking at work or reading when I got home, and even with all my writing, I was still reading a lot. So I think I'm having kind of a, I need to calm down and just not, and take the couple days off. So pretty much, because again, I just haven't read much. And today I just read a lot because I was doing a project, but again, none of those pages really, I mean, they count because I read them, but not count as in there's some books. Anyway, so I'm going to go make dinner now. I am nothing too fancy because again, I'm going to mostly eat stuff that's from my pantry or frozen because I'm only going to be home for the next couple days. So I didn't make anything, like I wasn't good. So I had leftovers, but I have to make my lunch. Anyway, I'll do that later. Point is that I'm going to finish now. Cooper is here being kind of a brat and kind of clawing at my leg to tell me to go and feed them because I didn't go feed them. And then I'm going to go get dinner, and I probably won't check back in because I'm probably not going to read anything today. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm not sure if I'm going to read anything tomorrow or the next day. We'll see what happens. Oh well, I'll check in later. Okay, so I did make it back to the computer. I was really close to skipping today just because, you know, the cat ran through. Sorry. Cooper hears my voice and he thinks I'm talking to him. It doesn't matter if I have the phone here or not. He just, or I'm on the phone. He thinks it's him. Anyway, so let's do this quickly so I can go lay on the couch with him. It is 6 o'clock. I barely got myself to sit down to do this. I only got 1,034 words, but I'm still about 500 words ahead, you know, technically. So I'm at 33,921 words. So I'm still a little bit ahead, just a teeny bit. And that's just how it's going to be. We are now 20 days in. I have written every day at least 1,000 words. Sometimes more, a lot of times just at 1,000, a little bit over 1,000. So, you know, at least I'm doing that. That's kind of how the way that goes. So the writing wasn't great today, but I wrote it pretty fast for the 1,000 I wrote. I think I did a half hour and it was kind of not very good. Anyway, but I got stuff written and another idea I threw out there. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. So writing, as I said, I'm now still on track, so we're good. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. So work today was kind of weird. It was a Monday. Again, it's a short week for a lot of us because we get, at my job, I get Thanksgiving and the day after off. So it's a 3-day week. But again, I'm taking Wednesday off. So it's a really short week. So Tuesday, tomorrow will be my last day of the week, which is great. But today was it kind of slowed. Like it was fine in the morning, and then I had issues. I'm still having computer issues with some of my sign-ins, and I couldn't clock in this morning. I had to, again, the third morning in a row, I had to email my boss, I can't get on. So hopefully everything's fixed now. I think there's only 1 or 2 I still haven't tried that I'm afraid to try their passwords we'll get to them. Anyway, so this work was okay. So, but I did pick up A Writer's Diary by Virginia Woolf to read. So I actually made it through quite a bit for me. I mean, I read on my breaks, so I read like 20 pages. So I read almost a full year. I think it was it 33 or 34? I think I got through 34, so 1934. So again, these are put in by date and by year. And so I am now just, I'm in the middle of 1935. So I'm hoping to, if I still feel like reading this tonight, I would like to finish 35 and then maybe, Kitty, it's okay. And maybe read 36, because that's a short one. And then 37 is another short one, but then the last of them are all like long. So again, I'm almost at 100 pages, about 105 pages left. So I don't think I'm gonna get this done. I'm not gonna get this done today for sure. But I mean, I don't think even if tomorrow, this is the only book I read, like on my breaks, and if I do read tomorrow night, I don't think I'll get it finished, but we'll be close. It'll be close. I just want to make progress. Again, this is a book that's been that I've been currently reading since January. So it'd be nice for Nonfiction November to actually finish this. But as I said, I still have over 10 days. I have 10 days to finish this, so I don't have to finish it in the next couple days. But this is the only thing I can pick up right now to read. I haven't read anything since Saturday when I had my hair done that I read this, and then I didn't read anything yesterday except for, okay, again, I did my try a chapter, so I did read a lot, but I didn't read anything towards anything. Anyway, I think I explained that last time. Anyway, point is that I felt really good that I got some of this done because this is something I want to get done. This is something that I just feel like I need to get done. I started it and then I just set it down for months, and so I want to get this done. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go sit on the couch. I might read a little bit, we'll see. Again, I am very much in a slump for fiction. I think the nonfiction's working pretty well right now. I'm trying to think if I don't feel like an audiobook by Wednesday, because Wednesday I'll be in the car for almost, like an hour and a half to drive to my parents, I'm gonna have to find an audiobook. I don't want to, I mean, I can listen to music that long, but I'd hate to do that. It just seems like a waste if I'm stuck there, in my car, that I'm not listening to something. So I might find a nonfiction book that's fairly short that I might be able to finish it in the way down to my parents' house, and then when I come back on Friday. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. I do have to go through my list of audiobooks. I'm sure I have something. If not, there's with the library, so I'm not worried. I have so many nonfiction books that I want to read too. Not as many fiction books that I should be reading, but I'm not going to be reading any of those today. And I don't think tomorrow is going to happen either. We'll see what happens. As I said, the mood will change at some point. Right now, though, definitely, this is about all I can handle because it's it's pretty easy. Not easy reading like as in that, but it's not, I'm just able to digest this better, and we'll see what happens. So that is it for right now. I did get a few books today. They were on sale on Amazon, and I just got them, even though I haven't read the first book yet that I'm partially through and finished them. But I bought the Edge Dancer and the Dawn Shard, the two novellas, well, really thick novellas by Brandon Sanderson for the Stormlight Archive. So I think Edge Dancer is 2.5 and Dawn Shard is 3.5, I believe. Anyway, so I technically have Edge Dancer, I think, in the Arcanum Unbounded. I'm pretty sure that's in there. If it is in there, then this doesn't count because I already have a copy. This is just for collection's sake. But I was going to buy this one. This is trying to get myself to motivate to read that book. Can you tell? But I bought those two because I kind of wanted to, is that I'm trying to motivate myself to read Way of Kings. So I do have a problem is that I start buying books when I'm even in a reading slump, even though I shouldn't. Well, I buy books all the time. Don't get me wrong. Like, again, we can go through my whole book buying history at another time. But I do have a tendency to also buy books when I'm not reading, which makes no sense because I'm not reading, so I'm not making progress. So I did buy that. I did buy 2 other ones that are coming. And then I bought a Virginia Woolf book that I've been wanting to get for a couple of years. It's her letters between her and Violet. Is it Dickinson? I think that's her name. Anyway, they had some kind of a relationship. Anyway, point is that I've been wanting to buy that book for years, and I finally just bought a used copy off of eBay today because I was reading so much Virginia Woolf, and I know at some point I want to read those because I read the letters between her and Vita Sackville West, and I just need to read the other ones. Anyway, point is I've chatted on enough. That's where I'm at right now. So reading slump is still on, but I mean, I have read, but it's just, I haven't read anything like towards a book that I'm reading except for a nonfiction. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to hopefully keep reading this at least in the next day or two, a couple days, maybe make some progress. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my ramble. I will check in tomorrow. I do have to go to Pal's bookstore tomorrow, which again, yes, I know I went last week to pick up the books that I bought online the week before that were on sale. But my dad's birthday is on Friday and we're buying him, he's not going to see this, so don't worry. He's going to get a gift card. We're going to give him a gift card. We usually give him one for his birthday and Christmas, but birthday, we're going to give him one for Pal's because that means that he'll come up and we'll go to Pal's. So it's kind of my brother's like, let's just buy him the gift card. Then he'll come up and you'll buy books and you'll be happy. I'm like, yeah, we will. Anyway, so I'm gonna go get that. So I will be in the store. I am going to try to not buy too many books, but it matters how I feel. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's your warning for what tomorrow brings. And anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I am done. I'm done. I'm gonna cut. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, you're cute. You're cute. I think he knows it. And the other one is still there. Okay, we're gonna go sit on the couch, okay? Okay, so it is 5:30 and it's super dark out here. Anyway, I just got out of Pal's. I actually bought some books and got to my car and remembered I had to go back for the gift card. That tells you where my mind is. Today was a long day at work, I have to say that. And then I made a stop also at another bookstore and got a couple books. So I've been just book shopping today. I think it's my, because I'm not reading. I mean, I'm reading quite a bit of Virginia Woolf right now, which is probably why I bought a few Virginia Woolf books here at Pal's used. But yeah, I'm book buying pretty badly right now. I need to stop that because I've already done a lot of damage. Anyway, so I'm gonna go home now and I need to write and I don't feel like it at all. And so we're gonna see what I can do. I don't know if I can do it. I have to call my parents to find out what time I need to leave here to go down to their place because I'm leaving in the morning. So once I figure that out and I write, then I will come back on here and finish out the video. I will briefly show you a couple of books that I got. So because I bought 6 books 4 here at Pal's and 2 at the other bookstore. Anyway, I should not have done that. And tough luck. It's already done. And I don't regret it that much, actually. Why am I? Anyway, this is bad lighting, so I'm just gonna go and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I did write. That was okay. It was okay. I did write 1,093 words in about 35 minutes. I pretty much just pounded out something because I'm like, I don't feel like it. But I'm only 7 words above where I'm supposed to be. So I'm at 35,014 words. So I am 70% of the way done, which is good because that's where I'm supposed to be today on the 21st. Now, unfortunately, I've lost all the buffer I had, but I do not feel like writing anymore. My phone is kind of crooked. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so I'm probably going to get behind in the next 2 days because tomorrow, I do have to leave a little earlier than I thought I had to meet up with my parents, to do the Costco run and everything for, Thanksgiving, and then we have stuff around the house. So I'm sure I'm going to sit down and do some writing tomorrow, but I don't know how much. And then Thursday, I probably won't get, I mean, I'm going to try to get in a couple hundred words, but I doubt that I'll get very much because it'll be an exhausting day of everything going on. And then even after everybody leaves, because they'll all leave pretty early, and then they'll just be my parents and I left because everybody will have to go, will go home. I'm probably not going to feel like writing, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, so really quickly, so writing, I'm right on track, which is too bad that I've lost my buffer, but we will make it up on the weekend. I will make sure I'm back before end of Sunday night. I have to make sure I'm back on track. So we'll see how it goes. I am still reading Virginia Woolf, Writer's Diary. I am really close to the end. I made some progress last night, and then today on my breaks, I'm at 321 pages. I have 30 pages left. So I don't know if I'm going to finish this tonight because now it's like 7:45 and I'm really tired. I don't want to do anything. So I'm going to go watch some TV with the kitties. So, but I'm really enjoying reading this. And again, it has made me remember that I do like to read about other authors and their things, you know, their diaries and stuff. Like I still have the Sylvia Plath biography as well as a novel. So anyway, so I'm really reading this. So when I went and bought books today, they were kind of Virginia Woolf inspired. So I did pick up Between the Acts, which is her last published novel. So I'm kind of curious. Now these editions aren't the greatest, but I have a couple of them of the same kind from college. So this one kind of matches it. It's not a very long novel. I don't know anything about it yet because she has only partially started writing it in here. So I'm not sure about that because it's her last one. The Three Guineas is, this one has, I didn't even look to see if it had marking it. Somebody obviously read it for a class, but there's not too much. There's just a little bit. I didn't spend that much on this one. I only spent $5. So if I really enjoy this, maybe I'll buy another copy, but right now I'm just buying these just to be able to read them. So again, I don't know what this story is exactly. But anyway, we'll get to that too. Sorry, I'm just distracted. I want to read it right now. Anyway, but I'm not going to read any of the Virginia Woolf novels right now. But after I finish A Writer's Diary, I might start Virginia Woolf by Nigel Nicholson. So Nicholson is the son of Harold Nicholson and Vita Sackville West. So I have read a book by him about Vita Sackville West and Harold Nicholson and their marriage and how unconventional it was. But this is Nigel's book on, or as like his biography of Virginia Woolf, and he did know her as a child, when he was a child. And again, he and Vita and Virginia were pretty close. So I didn't even know this was at the at Pal's when I got there, and I was so excited because I just saw this on I was looking at Goodreads on stuff on Virginia Woolf, and that just happened to be there. I'm so excited. So anyway, So those are that one. And then I also picked up The Curse of Saints by Kate Dramis. So this is first book in a series that has to do with a woman who's like high in the ranks, but she has like a rival with one of the other guys that she works with. And then something happens, a tragedy strikes, and then some kind of power is unleashed, and this woman doesn't know what happened. And I think it's her trying to figure out, has she been sent to save the world or destroy it? So it's some kind of apocalyptic kind of power. And I think she has to work with so it's kind of like enemies to lovers, because I think they said this was a fantasy romance. But anyway, I've seen people have this in different kind of copies of it. There was a used copy at Pal's, so I picked that up. So then I also went to the other bookstore because I thought I had a book that was coming in that was pre-order, and I'm 1 week off. It's next Tuesday. So, but when I was there, I said, well, I might as well buy some books because I have a lot of credit there. So I got Age of Ash by Daniel Abraham. So I have read he's part of the team of James S.A. Corey. So I have read a couple of the Expanse books. I need to continue. I'm in the middle of book 3 from last year sometime. But this is supposed to be his newer trilogy that it's supposed to be kind of interesting, like on basing, I think it's about this one city, and then takes different perspectives in each book, and it's not, I don't think it's supposed to be super, action packed or anything, but I don't know. It sounded really interesting. I've heard good and bad things about it, but it was there. And again, I had credit. I mean, I still have to pay their credit, I have to pay partially, but then I get to use some of my credit. And then the other one I picked up was kind of on a whim, but it was there, so I picked it up, is that House of Beating Wings by Olivia Wildenstein. So this is the first book in a series. I don't know what the series name is, if that's the series name or not. And, the Kingdom of Crows series. So I know this is, I've seen this on a couple of channels, because I believe this is indie, or maybe it's, or small press. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's indie. But anyway, it's a fantasy romance where a woman gets her like an article predicted that she would, if she does something, she'll get married, or she'll become the queen, or become something. And she thinks it's because she is in love with the prince, because she's been in love with him for a while, I guess, or whatever. But actually it's something else to do with, I think, some kind of demon. Anyway, I don't know, but I've heard good things about it, as in I know back in the books has read it, and I think someone else did. Anyway, it's really great. It was great there. It was, another used copy. So everything I got was used. But I spent more money than I should have, even with some of the credit I got spent. So anyway, that is it for now. I'm going to go lay on the couch. I'm hoping to read a little bit more of A Writer's Diary, but I just don't think I'm going to finish this tonight. That's 30 pages is a lot. I mean, I made a lot of progress on that. So I still don't want to read any fiction whatsoever. Yes, I did buy mostly fiction today. But I'm still not in a reading mood. I'm pretty sure this is a slump. And again, I used to get these all the time in like April. So I don't know why it's happened in November. I just think it's because I haven't been writing at all this year, except for a little bit in April that I did. And then I just, and then I was reading so much, and then I think I just my brain just melted. So between the reading and the writing and stuff. So I'm just gonna take a break. I'm hoping by the weekend that I'll feel like fiction again, but like I think I'm just gonna take the nonfiction with me. I'm gonna finish hopefully A Writer's Diary. If I don't finish it tonight, I'll finish it tomorrow. And then I kind of want to read this because again, it's a biography on Virginia Woolf. And again, I have the Hermione Lee one as well, but it's like, chunky big one. And I thought this would be kind of nice just to have kind of a small little biography. This one's only like less than 200 pages. So I think I'm just going to continue with that nonfiction stuff. And then I'm hoping to pick up an audiobook. I might go back to Mythos by Stephen Fry, but I'm not positive yet. I put it on there, but I'm just not sure. I feel like myths, maybe that might be too fantastical too. So probably that's not really nonfiction. So I probably should pick something else. That's more myths. So I will go through my audiobooks. I haven't decided. So tomorrow, we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to finish the vlog out here. This one was just a tad more days, but considering I didn't read a lot, that's probably why this video is probably the same length as all the other ones. Yes, I let my computer go to sleep again. It's time to go out to the couch, and the kitties have been good in waiting for me, so they were good to let me come and write for the 40 minutes that I did. So anyway, I think that's it. So you know, if you guys are doing Nano, how are you guys doing? If you are reading, if you're reading well, hopefully your reading is going a lot better than mine is. If you are in a slump too, what are you doing about it? For me, as I said, I think it's just fiction. I have to stay away from for a little bit. I think I'll get back to it in a couple of days. I just needed a break, clearly. So, and I am getting tired of my iPad games. So I'm hoping that this is going to push me back to reading fiction, but we will see after the holiday. I'm pretty sure it's through the holiday. I won't have time to read much at all anyway until Friday when I get home. So we'll see. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and that's it. Why am I having trouble finishing this video? Later. Bye.